Your alarm clock has never looked so important. You're 10 years old today, and that one fact has just rewritten every rule you've ever known. No more curfew. No more ask your parents first. As of this morning, you are legally allowed to walk out your front door into the wild and start a life that involves zero homework and an unlimited number of small monsters. You get dressed, you grab your bag, and you head downstairs where your mom hands you something that every kid in this town has been waiting their entire life to hold: a Pokédex. It's smaller than you expected, red, sleek, fits in your palm like it was made for exactly this moment, which of course it was. The second you flip it open, a friendly automated voice greets you by name, and you suddenly understand that this little device is about to become the most important object you own. It catalogs every creature you encounter. It tracks your progress. It is essentially your entire life's resume from this point forward. Your mom kisses your forehead, tells you to change your underwear, and you're out the door before she finishes the sentence. The local professor is waiting for you in a lab a few minutes down the road, surrounded by humming machines and the faint smell of static electricity. On the table in front of you sit three Pokeballs, and inside each one is a partner that will define the next several months of your life. This is, without question, the single most stressful decision you will ever make as a child. Fire, water, grass. A clean little triangle of advantages and disadvantages, and you have exactly zero practice battling any of them. You pick based on vibes. You pick based on which one looks coolest on the box art you saw at a friend's house last week. You pick, honestly, almost at random. And somehow this random 10-second decision becomes one of the most emotionally significant relationships of your entire childhood. The Pokeball clicks open. Your partner blinks up at you for the first time, and it is, without exaggeration, the cutest thing you have ever seen in your life. You are already attached. You have known this creature for 4 seconds, and you would already fight a much larger creature on its behalf. The professor hands you 5 empty Pokeballs and a strange little device that, you're told, will let you store an entire team's worth of creatures in something that fits in your back pocket. You sling your bag over your shoulder, you step outside. And there it is, the tall grass. It looks completely unremarkable. Knee-high, slightly overgrown, swaying gently in the wind at the edge of town like it's just regular grass that someone forgot to mow. Except everyone in this world knows that tall grass is never just tall grass. Tall grass is a slot machine. Every single step you take into it is a roll of the dice, and you have absolutely no idea what's about to pop out. You take your first step in, nothing happens. You take a second step, still nothing. This is somehow more nerve-wracking than if something had jumped out immediately, because now you're just standing in suspicious grass. On your fourth step, the grass rustles violently and a small, round creature lunges out at you with the energy of an alarm clock that personally hates you. Your Pokémon, who you have known for approximately 6 minutes, immediately steps in front of you without being asked. This is somehow the moment it clicks. This isn't a pet, this is a partner, and partners fight for each other. The battle itself is faster and louder than you imagined. Your creature unleashes an attack, the wild one fires back, and for about 30 seconds the two of you are locked in something that feels disproportionately dramatic for a fight happening in literal weeds at the edge of a small town. You win. Barely. Your Pokemon looks back at you with an expression that can only be described as smug, and you decide right then that you are going to become genuinely insufferable about how good your team is. You catch your first wild Pokemon about an hour later, and the process is somehow both anticlimactic and thrilling at the same time. You weaken it in battle. You throw a tiny red and white ball at a creature that, by any normal logic, should be able to simply walk away from this. The ball wobbles once, twice, 3 times. It clicks shut. You have just, with a baseball-sized device, convinced a wild animal to live in your pocket indefinitely. And it has agreed to this arrangement with what appears to be genuine enthusiasm. You will never stop to question how strange this is. Nobody in this world ever does. By midday, you've picked up the actual rhythm of traveling. It's slower than you expected. You're not sprinting between towns, you're wandering, stopping every few minutes because something rustled, or because there's a berry bush worth checking, or because your Pokémon has decided it wants to walk beside you instead of staying in its ball, trotting along at your ankle like it's been doing this for years instead of hours. You reach your first town by early afternoon, and there it is, sitting at the edge of the main street like a dare. The gym, a building specifically designed to test whether you and your tiny team are actually ready for what's coming, or whether you're about to get embarrassingly outclassed by someone whose entire life's work is built around one specific type of Pokémon. You walk in anyway because turning back now would be deeply uncool. The gym leader sizes you up with the particular expression of someone who has seen exactly this scenario 1,000 times before. Fresh trainer, first badge attempt, probably overestimating their own preparation. You send out your starter. They send out something significantly larger, significantly more experienced. The battle does not go the way you imagined it in your head on the walkover. Your Pokémon takes a hit that visibly staggers it. You call out a command, your voice cracking slightly because apparently you're nervous. Who knew? Your partner steadies itself, locks eyes with its opponent, and unleashes something it has clearly been saving. It connects. The gym leader's Pokémon goes down, and for one full second, the entire room is silent. Then the gym leader laughs, actually laughs, and reaches into their pocket for something small and metallic. A badge. Your first one. It's smaller and shinier than you expected, and you will spend the rest of the day checking your bag obsessively just to confirm it's still there. You leave the gym a slightly different person than you were when you walked in. Not because anything about you has physically changed, but because you've just learned in the space of one afternoon what it actually feels like to build something with another living creature and watch it work under pressure. Your Pokémon is exhausted. So are you. Neither of you have ever felt better. As evening sets in, you find a clearing just off the main road, the kind of spot that exists specifically for trainers like you who left home this morning and are only now realizing they have absolutely no idea where they're sleeping tonight. You let your team out of their balls, and for the first time all day, nobody is fighting anything. They just exist around you. Eating, stretching, curling up near the small fire you've started, completely unconcerned about the 8 gyms, the Elite Four, or any of the larger story you've technically just started. Right now, none of that matters. Right now, it's just you, the creatures who decided 4 hours ago that your life was worth fighting for, and a sky full of stars that looks the same in this world as it does in any other. You think about home for exactly 1 second. Then you look at your Pokédex, currently sitting at 1 entry, badge case currently sitting at 1 badge, and you realize something that nobody mentioned this morning when your mom handed you a backpack and pushed you out the door. This isn't really about the badges. It never really was. It's about this exact moment, the one where a creature you met this morning falls asleep, leaning against your leg because it trusts you enough to be unconscious near you, and you realize you genuinely do anything to keep that trust intact. Tomorrow there will be more grass to walk through, more gyms to lose to before you win, more impossible decisions about which adorable creature to add to your team. But tonight, under a sky that doesn't care about any of that yet, you're just a 10-year-old who left home this morning and somehow, by sundown, already has something worth protecting. That's the part nobody warns you about. You came out here looking for badges. You found something else first.